the most powerful branch of government?
Obviously, at this time, perhaps the executive branch.
What were the choices?
Legislative, judicial, or executive?
Executive.
Which one do you think has the most power?
Out of the three, I would say the executive branch for sure.
Executive.
Well, today?
Yes, today.
Yes, that would be the executive branch.
I would say, in theory, there is no most powerful branch, but in practice, this center of gravity can shift. At current stage, at the federal level, the executive branch plays an enormous role in effectuating the laws and wields a great degree of power. It's important for branches such as the Congress and the courts to speak up and say when the executive has overstepped their boundaries and sort of check executive overreach when necessary.
Great, and would your answer change if I said, what about in state government, not federal government?
I actually would say yes. Yeah, I think it would.
And so what branch do you think at the state level would have the most power?
At the state level, I'd say the judicial for sure.
In the state context, the politics are less vociferous and less controversial, even though there are critical issues at the state level. So I would say the legislature actually in the Washington state level, but in theory, all branches are of equal import.
It's a trick question. The Constitution intends that the three branches of government are co-equal. And of course, there is overlap. The different branches have different rights vis-a-vis each other. For example, the legislative branch establishes the laws, but they also appropriate funds. And we very much understand that, right? I have to go to our local county council, county government to request my budget every 2 years. And I appreciate that that's their role. But that doesn't mean that they get to tell the judicial branch how to do my job or how to rule on individual decisions. I have the independent decision and responsibility to apply the law in the cases that come before me.
The delicate dance of the tripartite system is the ability to enforce the laws. So the courts have to say what the law is and interpret the Constitution, but it requires an able and willing executive to say, okay, I've read your order and now I will comply with it. We exist in a tripartite framework. The court, as the supreme court in the land, has interpreted what the law is, and so therefore I must carry it out. This is the dance of the tripartite system of government and something that constantly shifts over time. And so I would encourage folks to always be thinking about where the center of gravity is moving.